Listen to the women. The first time I ran away from home, it's loud. First time I ran away from home, I was 2 years old. Because I was mad at my father, and I knew he was my elder, and I could not resist him or go against him, so I ran away. And of course, I was not going to leave my little brother with this evil man, so my brother, who was still in diapers, I took him and we went off. And we made it to the corner, and somebody caught us and brought us back. And I ran away a couple more times until my mother took care of that, and then it stopped for a while, how I do. But one of the things that was very clear from very little on, I had this fire in my belly when there was injustice. And even at age 2, I can do something. I might not be able to fight you, but I can do something, right? And so always there's this fire in my belly that has driven me and that has pushed me. And, and that fire also translates, I also feel it when somebody tells me, well, you can't do that. So it was interesting when she talked about her school experience, because when I was at the FABO, they told me, well, boys do science and girls do languages. What you And even though I was better in languages, nobody tells me that I cannot do it because of a boy. So I took math and I took physics, and it almost killed me, but I did it. It was a stupid decision, but you cannot tell me that I cannot do it, right? And so the same thing happens because I wanted to study psychology, and I wanted to study physical education. I wanted to study the body and the mind. They told me, no, you can't, you have to make a choice. What you mean I can't? There is a place in the world where I can study both. So I did some research, and I found in the US you can. So I found a program, signed up, a program with a scholarship, because I did not come from a wealthy family. And so I got a scholarship to go to the US. And I was at the airport, my mother was crying, I knew you were gonna leave, because you've been running away since you were 2 years old. And so I left for the US, and I studied physical education and psychology, and I had a double major. Because nobody can tell me that I can't, right? And so that fire was always there, and that fire has pushed me, and even after graduate school, I remember this day, one of my teachers, I graduated by that time maybe with my first master's, because I have 2 masters, and I met her. I said, oh, what are you going to do? I said, I want to do academia and I want to do community work. And she's like, oh, well, you can't do both. You have to make a choice and do either or. And I just looked at her. She said, oh, well, maybe you can, maybe you can. I said, yeah, thank you. I didn't say anything, but she got it, right? Don't tell me what I cannot do. You might have limited vision for what I can do. That's not up to you. That's between me and my God. All right? And so even though I had that fire there, I also was extremely shy. Maybe hard to believe. But when I was very little, I was very shy. And my family would get tired of me. Because, I would love being around my family. You look at me the wrong way and I would be crying. Okay, she goes again crying, right? So at age 5, my mother put me in judo because she was sick and tired of me crying all the time, So at age 5, I was with 23 little white boys and me in judo. By age 9, I was at the head of the line, and I was champion of Amsterdam in my age and weight category. Yes. And so that fire in your belly is important, but another thing that's important is there will be guidance and interference in your life. People will come into your life and give you that push and give you that guidance and help you on your way. And not just people like she mentioned about your network, but also invisible forces, your ancestors. Because that shyness, believe it or not, it is, that statement, even though the judo helped, it helped. But as I got older, a lot of times I would be quiet. When stuff was going on, I would be quiet. And I remember, I would almost this hand in my back, no, you have to speak up. There's times that you have to speak up. And at one point, I really, I got this message, we did not, we are with you. And all this being quiet when stuff is wrong, that is not who you are meant to be. You know, so again, even though I come from a family of performers and I don't mind standing in front of people, at the same time, once I'm done, I'm very content with going back and withdrawing because I'm still kind of that withdrawn person. But that what walks with me is like, you better get out there, right? That's your job. That's what we have intended for you to do. We want you to make a difference, and you have to use your voice and, you know, and this academic gift that you have, right? So again, so on the one hand, that fire is there, and so now, you know, the work that I do now, I do inclusive education, so it is my job that our children have better experiences than she did, than I did, than our children are having. I have to make these educational spaces to a point where all our children are valued and supported and can walk out of there with their heads held high. That's my job. And so I have to speak up all the time. And like she said, it is lonely, and sometimes it's painful and frustrating, but that what guides me is what I lean on, because it's extremely lonely, right? And every 90% of the meetings is like, am I the only one seeing it differently? Yes, I am. And then I look, you know? And when I hear them talking, and then I feel that fire in my belly, it's like, okay, I know, I'm going to have to speak up. You know, so you have to stay in touch with that belly. And at the same time also, again, these forces that push me and help me. And so my mother was important, my auntie was important. Like I said, I was lucky, very lucky to come in a family of performers, you know, and who use the arts. In my family, if you say you want to be a dancer, all this is like, cool, when are you going to perform? You know, we want to come and watch. They don't say, well, is that the right job? You know, they will support you, you know. And so I was very lucky in that way. And when I went to the US, I had women who came into my life, godmothers that guided me in terms of my spirituality, in terms of my community work, women who supported me. And so when I was crying to do my PhD, because it is hard, it is hard. They question you all the time. I wanted to do, it was important for me that my academic work was about my people and in service of my people, and they questioned me every step of the way. Well, why you want to do this? Well, this is not that interesting. Why this? Why that? Every single time. You know, and I would call my godmother, and she's like, okay, get it out of your system. I'll get back to work because we need you. Right? And my other godmother, she would listen to me. She said, well, are you singing? Because you know you need to sing. And then she would teach me about civil rights movement. We used to sing. You know, apartheid, we used to sing. So you need to sing. She would sing to me on the phone. I talked to her last night. She was singing to me on the phone then. Right? And so I still call her. And so again, so whatever I have accomplished, whatever I have achieved, I have not done it by myself. I have not done it by myself. You know, like she talked about a community, I talked about these forces, these, you know, I'm here for my people, with my people, because of my people. I have not done it by myself. No, I have to do a lot of reading, a lot of writing, all that kind of stuff. But the support and the inspiration and to keep going, because there are plenty of days that I wanted to quit. There are plenty of days you said, I can't do this, right? And as much as there are people who help you and support you, also, you know, you have the people that talk about you. You know them, right? You know, people who take advantage of you, people who don't always have your best intentions, but even those are the ones, they also help you. Yeah. They also help you. Sometimes the lesson is about how do you let go? Sometimes the lesson is about, I deserve better. Thank you for the lesson. Now move on, right? So to be able to get that experience, to take that with you, and that, again, is what strengthened me. So it's always, you know, I'm a dancer, one step forward and one step back. You're always doing and you're reflecting. What am I learning? You have to learn how to process, which brings me to my third point. Just you have to learn how to take care of yourself. And I'm still working on that one. I'm still working, you know, I have to be honest, because it's so easy to keep working, to keep doing, to give it, you know, I'm a mother, so, you know, they're always ready, mom, you know, right? So that's one of the things that I'm working on, but also the women in my life help me with, you know, and I'm here with Donna. Donna and I go back to when we were like 12 and 13 years old. We used to be in school together, and she's somebody I highly respect. You know, and I listen to her. She doesn't know even how much she inspires me, but when she talks about taking care of herself, like, yeah, I need to do better. You know, so I have the women that I look to, and so we have to do better. And again, you know, I'm in a certain field, but no matter the field that you are in, you know, sometimes what we experience as being the minorities in this country, it's very harsh. It's very harsh. So you need to learn how to process. You need to say, you know what, enough today. Sometimes you say, the line is here. Yeah. Sometimes you need to do that. And if you cannot do it, then you need to call upon somebody. Let me lean on you, inspire me, strengthen me. But that's part of taking care of yourself too, because again, for me, that little bitty girl, is still easy to just withdraw. And so the challenge is, no, let me stay connected to my sisters, to my aunties, and also to the men in my life. Because, yes, my women are important to me, but there are men who are important in my life as well, who reach it. And so part of me taking care of myself is also, knowing that I'm connected, but also to using that network. One of the things I want to teach my students, number one, you cannot make it on your own. I don't care how smart, I don't care I don't care how many degrees, none of them did it by themselves. So one of the things I want to teach my students is that you have to learn how to set up a network. And you have to set up a correct network, right? Don't call the cousin who wants to get high when you don't feel like studying. Call the other one who will come and cook for you so you can study, right? And then when you put that network together, then you have to activate it. Because there are plenty of people who say, I would come and help you. Yeah, I don't want to bother you. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to be a burden. I should be able to do this myself. That's what we do. So we have to teach our young people that it is okay to ask. Yeah. Because when you don't ask, you're denying me an opportunity to be there for you and to connect with you. And so with that, I see people standing. I know my time is up. Thank you very much.